Hi everybody. This is my second video, and I can't tell you how good I feel about posting my first video yesterday. The energy vibration shift that I feel in myself is a good one. And right just now, as I sat down and pressed record, the time was 1:23. So I'm a kind of a spiritual numbers girl, a big spiritual numbers girl, woman, I should say. And so that was confirmation for me. So I pulled a couple of cards yesterday, and I'm going to read those now to you. And I'm also going to pick another couple. I just sort of felt led to do that. And I'm thinking either Witch's Oracle or the Wild Goddess Oracle. You know, at first, I'm not doing this alone, so let's just offer some gratitude and call in. Thank you for being here, all of you, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my spirit guides that have been with me since the cradle. My dedicated journey protectors, my ancestors, and you know, the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies that we need to speak back into existence, into this paradigm. Really grateful that we're not alone. Thank you for being on this path with us to ascension and reshaping this paradigm. Okay. So the Witch's Oracle. I'm going to go straight for the Witch's Oracle, and maybe I'll just draw one from each. Okay. This is a newer deck. Just exciting. The decks are fun. Okay, and it has, so these cards, there's no, you know, pretty pictures on the back. There's, you know, this way, I guess that's the more exciting side. And then this is the book that goes with it. Many of you may be familiar with this book, this deck. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, thank you all for being here. Really enjoying this journey, healing out loud and building a community. It's been something that I've been needing and desiring for a long time. And I'm finding my courage, I'm finding my voice to call it in. And it's so important that we use our own voice to shape our reality, to realize that that's how we shape our reality is by the things that we speak, because the things that we speak resonate in our whole body and our whole being, and our body believes us on a cellular level, what we say. So, oh, there we go. Okay, the number is 17. It's a broomstick, and it's all about cleansing. So I'm just gonna take one from there. No, Spirit saying take two. Okay. Okie dokie. There it is. And it is the number 35. It is the crystal ball, which is all about insight. So we've got cleansing and then insight. Well, that seems to make sense, doesn't it? That's the natural order of things. Clearing out what no longer serves so that we have the space to resonate with insights and truths. Okay, and now I am going to stick to my 5-card rhythm and pull one more card from, oh, I didn't show you. I love this one, the Wild Goddess Oracle. And yeah, I bought this deck for myself on my 50th birthday. And that was a couple years ago. That was a really tough year too. That summer, gosh, I was homeless for a month because my apartment was uninhabitable. There was a 20-year-old water tank, and I was being poisoned by it. And I'm not paying attention to this, so I'm just gonna hold for a second. Yeah, so my water tank was like 20 years old. I was being poisoned by it, and there was mold that they weren't property management wasn't dealing with. So for 8 months I was, or longer, right? I found it and I reported it, and then it took them more than 8 months to clean it. So I decided, well, I'm removing myself from this toxic environment. And so it was that summer that I turned 50 that I decided to buy this deck. I really felt like I needed to do something strongly energetic for myself, right? Because of how difficult a time I was going through. Okay, I got it. And it is number 21, The Inventor. All right, so I'm going to go back to the first cards that I drew yesterday. And the deck that I drew from yesterday's card, I'm using several different decks today. No, that's not the right one. Where did it go? Here it is. So I love this. This is my first deck. My first deck was the medicine cards, and these are. Oh, I love this deck because it honors the spirit medicine that the animal carries for us, and it's a way that I feel very connected to Mother Earth and nature, and I just feel like it's a really beautiful way to honor all forms of life that we get to enjoy. And all forms of life are here for us to learn from, right? So, okay, let's get into it. The first card is number 52, and it's the Black Panther. And interestingly enough, I have 2 black cats and a tabby. So I have 3 altogether, but yeah, I have 2 black cats. Zeus, if you saw the other video, you met him. He's my fluffy, talkative black cat. And I have another one, like I said. He's a tripod. He's got a missing leg. Maybe you'll meet him. He's totally fine. He's very well loved and spoiled, actually. All right, so let's get into the medicine card, Black Panther. And I actually am going to pause this if I can and get my charger. Okay, there we go. Plugged in. Yeah, so my friend yesterday, I showed her my video and she liked it. But she said, stop playing with your hair. So I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm a little bit insecure about how thin my hair is. Whatever, right? Yeah, medical condition from stuff. So, just gonna take a couple of deep breaths before I get back into it. It's a nice way to just center. And sitting on your fingertips really helps too. Okay. Black Panther. Let's see what you have to share with us today. I guess the number on the card does not correspond with the page number, so let's flip this more. Here we go. Oh, one more. All right, number 52, Black Panther. And there's always just like a little poem with these ones. I really like that. So I'll read that first. So I'm going to turn it so you can actually see the picture, I think. Can you see that? O midnight jaguar, wash me with your courage and steal me with your grace, so I may know the value of the void of time and space. Teach me all your lessons, how to face the dark unknown. Then let me bravely leap into the shadows all alone. I like that. I like that a lot. Embracing the unknown. That's really what happens when we're healing, right? Because in many instances, like mine, I didn't have experiences of safety, and that made it difficult for emotional regulation most of my life. Okay, so healing is all about embracing the unknown. Black Panther slid silently through the bayou, her golden eyes catching the starlight. I'll hold this up for you. There we go. Yeah, her golden eyes catching the starlight. Midnight fur soundlessly rippling over her stealthy sinew, muscle, and bone. She and her mate were the last of their kind in the homeland of the Caddo tribe. The Panther clan had been honored and respected by the red people of the bayou for hundreds of years. Black Panther's medicine allows human beings to face their fears and dark behaviors, exploring those internal, shadowy aspects of being. Most of Panther's tribe had been stalked and killed by the other two-leggeds who had come across the big water and who feared their own dark natures. Those people were in need of her healing medicine. That night, the Black Panther stood at the edge of the swampy bayou, sniffing at the night, trying to catch the scent of any newcomer willing to go beyond their fears and trust her medicine. No, not on this night. But she would patiently wait for one courageous explorer of the healing potential found in the dark of the unknown. The Caddo people called her clan the Black Panther, and her tribe was known as the Midnight or Black Jaguar to the Maya. The color black is honored by the red race. Darkness is the place for seeking and finding answers, for accepting healings, and for accessing the hidden light of truth. Black Panther teaches us, through our dreams, to delve into the places within ourselves that need healing. She shows us how to track the unfamiliar territory found on the journey of self-discovery and to fearlessly face the unknown. If the Black Panther has appeared today, it may be telling you not to worry about the future. Trust that you are not supposed to mentally figure it out at this time. You may need to confront fears of the unknown, of being less than you truly are, or an inability to simply be. Let go of fears that appear as obstacles or barriers. Embrace the unknown and flow with the mystery that is unfolding in your life. The next step may be leaping empty-handed into the void with implicit trust. In the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own self-discovery and healing process. Here you will discover Black Panther's unexpected blessings. Okay. Now it didn't come out upside down, and there is a reading for the contrary position. So I'm going to read it anyhow because some of you may be in the reverse position. So I'm just going to read it. So the contrary position for the Black Panther card is, if Black Panther is appearing as contrary, you may be seeing situations as black or white, good or bad, with no middle ground. Be free of mental presuppositions and expectations. It could be time to do some house cleaning. I'm smiling because I know what the next one of the cards is. With no middle ground. Be free of mental presuppositions and expectations. It could be time to do some house cleaning. Let go of negative people, limiting thoughts, or any fear of being alone. I've been there. If you are out of balance, your shadow may be creating demons of your fear. Enter the stillness and refuse to surrender your personal authority to avoid mechanisms, justifications, or mental gymnastics. Remember, the fear of what if will always keep you from enjoying the present moment and life's gift in the present. Feeling jumpy, nervous, confused, paranoid, afraid of being alone or somehow at risk, these feelings are the shadow's domain. Tell your shadow to get lost. Then acknowledge and release any feelings of discomfort. Find the emptiness of the void and snuggle into Black Panther's midnight fur. In all cases, you are reminded that every human being emerged from the darkness of the womb. You once felt that the silence and the ebony void of this nurturing space was the safest place to be. Wow, I love that. I love that. I really felt and almost started to cry when it spoke about being alone. You know, that fear of being alone. Like, we know sometimes what we need to do, but lack the courage to do it, or think we lack the courage to do it. I'm feeling like wherever there is Mother Nature always provides the antidote close by to where the poison is. And this is true in our human psyche as well. And what I mean by that is it takes courage, right? It takes courage to face our shadows and to step into the dark of the unknown. And so fear, how am I going to put this? Courage can't be found without fear. It is requisite to have fear in order to express courage. So, and you don't have to wait until you don't feel afraid in order to have courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It is, I'm going to share a quote with you that a friend shared with me one time. She filled a corkboard full of quotes for me so that I could take it to the hospital when I was having a bone marrow transplant. And they were all quotes of courage. And the one that stuck to me the most that I remembered was, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the... Nope, that's not the one I'm remembering. Oh, yeah, okay. Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyhow. And, who said that? It's like a Western quote. Anyhow, you can look that up. Can't remember his name. Anyhow, yeah, courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyhow. Okay. What else with this Black Panther card? There's so... I feel like my whole life has been embracing the unknown. I've had to be very independent. Yeah, like my whole life I have pretty much felt scared, but had to just go ahead and do the right thing anyhow. For example, I never felt like my voice mattered. And that was a result of a lot of abuse growing up. And then I had my own children, and my firstborn child has a lot of severe disabilities. And so I had to find my courage to be a voice for him. you know, and it wasn't even courage to fight for myself. It was courage to fight for him. And I think that was easier. It was easier to find the courage to fight for my son. And in that way, you know, I was able to find my voice and do the hard things anyhow. It wasn't fun. I hated it. I didn't hate the courage that I found to do it, but it was hard. It was hard. I had to face my fears and do the hard thing anyhow. And I think when we get really serious about healing, that's what has to happen. What else in here? Check the time. We're already at 20 minutes. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that card be, and I'm going to move on to, I picked up a deck of mudras, and that's this deck right here. And it's for body, mind, and spirit, the handy course in yoga. So the card that I drew yesterday for this reading today is, it's a position that you can put your hands in, and I'm going to do it with you. So maybe while I'm doing the rest of this reading, if you can just hold your hands like this. I broke my wrist, so mine doesn't look like, no, it's not broken now, but anyhow, yeah, so it maybe doesn't look, yeah, it looks pretty aligned. Okay, so if you can sit like this for the rest of the reading, or for like 3 to 5 minutes, that would probably really help. And this mudra is good for the back and stimulates your circulation. Look after yourself and your appearance. Treat yourself with the respect which you deserve, and meet your fellow human beings with goodwill and a helpful and positive attitude. Be generous with understanding and sympathetic smiles, and you will find your appeal increases quite on its own. People with charisma are attractive. They and their enthusiasm are infectious. Try this out on the inside at first, then let the images show on the outside. You will be astonished at the results. And the affirmation here that you can say to yourself out loud, and I would suggest saying it out loud 3 times just to anchor it in. I smile at life's mirror and see benevolence and beauty. I smile at life's mirror and see benevolence and beauty. One more time. I smile at life's mirror and see benevolence and beauty. This card says charisma. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. So step into the shadow, step into the unknown, you beautiful soul, because you are worth the effort to heal. We all are. Okay. And then the next card fits beautifully. I feel it's number 17, and it's cleansing. And that is from the Witch's Oracle. Yeah, Witch's Oracle. Okay, so I need that book. Where's that book? Why is it in front of me? It's not in front of me. I had the box there, not the book. Okay. Well, I can be flexible. I don't know where it is right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go by my own intuition here because I don't have what the book says. It's pretty straightforward though. It's a broomstick. It's all about cleaning. It's about cleansing, releasing what no longer serves, get into all of the nooks and crannies of your psyche, and sweep out all the cobwebs, the dark corners, get into them all. Yeah, don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of the darkness, because what was said before was the darkness of the womb was the very safest place you ever thought you could feel, and it's where you first came from. So all of creation begins in the darkness. All of creation begins in the darkness. There's nothing to fear. And in the darkness, you can feel safe and protected and loved, because really the daylight and the darkness are illusions. Your soul is light and love. Your soul is light and love incarnate. So if your soul is light and love incarnate, really, why be afraid of the shadows? Why be afraid of the dark? You were built for this. You were designed for it. And there's really no shadow that can overcome light. Light shines and illuminates the shadows and the darkness. Okay, so cleansing, get it out. Get it out. Sweep it out, and be patient though, because cleansing doesn't happen all at once. And we need to do all of these things with loving presence. And the most loving presence, the most healing loving presence, is our own love for ourselves. And for those of us, if you're like me, who didn't get enough experiences of love growing up as a child, and you carried that with you for a long time, maybe you have sought out relationships that have mimicked your past because that's all you knew, and you're wondering, like, why the heck am I still suffering? It's because we have to do the cleansing. We have to release what no longer serves. Yeah. I have a fun way to do that, to remember to do that, and I shared it in my last video. A year ago I started saying I release what no longer serves, and I remembered to do it multiple times a day, because I would say it when I would sit down on the toilet and go pee. So if you want a fun way to remember how to release what no longer serves, say that out loud. You can do that. Okay, I can't believe I shared that twice now. The second card that I have from this deck, which is really funny that I felt to pull two, but then I don't have the book. Oh well. The second card is the Crystal Ball, and it's a number 35, and it's all about insight. I think it's a natural progression from cleansing. Once we clear out the what am I thinking? We clear the wreckage of our past. Things others have done to us. And how does this happen? How does this cleansing happen? And how do we get to this insight? It doesn't happen all in the mind. And it's not so spiritually ethereal either. We are light and love, yes, but we are embodied light and love, which means we have this beautiful divine body that has been designed to do exactly these things, to cleanse and to have insight. And as we resonate with truth, when toxic patterns are revealed to us, and we commit to changing those patterns, and that doesn't happen all at once either, then we slowly are able to make room for insight. That's the logic and the heart coming together. That's the flow. Heart and mind, heart and logic, in harmony together. Okay, that's when we receive our insights to further healing, and to anything, right? The last card is number 21. It is the Inventor. I just looked at the time. We're at half an hour again. I'm going to go over a little bit this time. Just a couple minutes because I want to give you this card. And this is the Goddess Oracle. And I do have this book right here. And I want you to see this card. All right, this is the Inventor. The Inventor says, this is a good time to amplify your focus and to clear and purify space in your world and in your mind to make way for something new. Wow, holy smokes, how perfect, right? Like the whole reading is about bravely and courageously looking into the shadows of self and remembering, don't forget though, while you're doing this, that you are beautiful. You're a beautiful soul. Okay, in all of this search for things, we go into the darkness to find the things that no longer serve, right? Because we are beautiful souls and we don't resonate with the darkness. The darkness is there to teach us the lessons that we need to grow. And then we get to release that and see and remember our own light and love and radiance and beauty. Okay, so yeah. And then we move into the cleansing and we get insight. And number 21 is the Inventor. And how do I find that in this book? Okay, here we go. All right, this card says the message. The message is, this is a good time to amplify your focus and to clear and purify space, like I read before, in your world and in your mind to make way for something new. Okay, the Inventor lives in a place where people's minds are free to express their unique ideas, unfettered by fear of the new and different or by people who hate. Speaks of courage. Excuse me. Like the sun, the jewel in her crown radiates life-affirming ideas and encouragement of the creative spark in everyone throughout her queendom, even to the ships at sea now benefiting from her latest inventions. Sorry, I've got some indigestion here. The appearance of the Inventor in your reading indicates that at this time, a cool, calm, and unemotional demeanor and scientist-like point-by-point examination of your situation is required before you draw upon your goddess-given creative spark to invent a way to bring things to where you want them to be. That's a bit of a long sentence. Okay, indicates that at this time, a cool, calm, and unemotional demeanor and scientist-like point-by-point examination of your situation is required before you draw upon your goddess-given creative spark to invent a way to bring things to where you want them to be. This is the same energy as the whole reading, you know, cleansing, insight, releasing what no longer serves, getting into the shadows and clearing things out. So do not worry about your ability to rise to the occasion. It is there, but it can be easily stifled by strongly felt emotions and desires to avoid changes that are inevitable. I have experienced this time and time again. It took me a while to get to the point where I was that I could feel comfortable to do this. And I know I'm not completely healed of all the things, and although Spirit is saying, you know, be kinder to yourself and please recognize everything that you've already accomplished and healed. And you can do this. You don't have to be perfect. And I think that was part of what was stifling me, is that I felt like I had to be perfect and the performance had to be pristine and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't. We need presence, not performance, right? There's enough performance out there. Alrighty. So the next page says clear quartz crystal ritual. There's a ritual here. I'll share this with you and then I'll leave that with you. Clear quartz, also known as rock crystal or quartz crystal, has been held sacred by many cultures because of its hard-edged clarity. That's what we're talking about here. heart edge clarity, mind, body, spirit. It is used for meditation, transformation, stability, knowledge, protection, healing, and enlightenment. Crystals can be programmed with your intentions, and you can use clear quartz when you desire clarity on an issue or need an answer to be crystal clear. It is also the most powerful crystal to program for goals. Clear your crystal by using your breath to blow away any negativity from the stone. Then sit down with your crystal in a place where you're not likely to be disturbed. Get comfortable. Hold the crystal in your dominant hand. Right hand if you're right-handed. That seems redundant. Anyhow, I wouldn't have read that out loud if I known what I was going to say. And clear your mind of anxious thoughts. Breathe deeply and slowly. Start to focus on your intention for the programming of your crystal by repeating a mantra of descriptive words aloud. For instance, if you want to program your crystal to bring focus for an important project, repeat the words, "I need more focus for this project," over and over again. A whisper is fine, or you can repeat your mantra in your mind. I really do feel, though, that it's important to say it out loud, and I will always say that until something teaches me differently, because when we say something out loud, it resonates through our whole body, right? What we think, too, has a great impact on our physiology as well. So being mindful of what we think and also what we speak can help you clear the stuff that no longer serves you. So you can speak a new narrative for yourself. Speak a new narrative of healing. And that's what this is all about, right? That's why I wanted to do this channel, because it's a narrative of thriving and healing, not just surviving, right? We've done that. That's the old shtick. Okay. Repeat your intention as you place your other hand over your crystal to lock the vibrations into the crystal. Continue to repeat your intentions while holding the crystal cupped in both hands until it feels as though the crystal has accepted the programming fully. And you may be wondering, well, how am I supposed to know? Just go by your own intuition, go by your own feeling, and it's okay to not know right away. These things take practice, right? Anything new takes practice. You can't just pick up a guitar and start playing it. You need to practice. This is the same thing. We need to practice holding our energy, holding our intentions, and this idea about holding the crystal too. We become something. There's something about crystallizes in us. I'm getting the our thoughts, when we hang on to them, crystallize into reality. Yeah. Continue to repeat your intention. I already read that. I'm just going to read it again. Continue to repeat your intention while holding the crystal cupped in both hands until it feels as though the crystal has accepted the programming fully. You can think of yourself too, right? Like your head, your heart, everything has to crystallize inside you. So you can even hold your heart if you don't have a crystal, and you can, wherever you want to hold yourself that makes you feel like this message needs to be crystallized into this part of my body. Open your hands and thank the crystal. To access the programming, simply hold and rub the crystal and ask for its programming to be released whenever you need it until you clear the crystal for your next intention. Okay, so you can use a physical crystal, but I don't think it's 100% necessary. We have everything within us at all times to heal and to do the work. We have to call on that power, So I'm at 40 minutes, and I just want to say really so grateful for you being here, and I'm looking forward to sharing more And I really hope that this message brings some clarity and comfort to you in your journey of healing and removing what no longer serves and knowing that you're not alone. We do the cleansing so that we can have greater insight, so that we can move forward and invent a new narrative of living and loving. I love you. Have a great day.